Today, we're just titling this The Year of Lessons. And we're going to start out with, we have learned some lessons, and hopefully this will be a good lesson, meaning I did try to make LAB, which is lactic acid bacillus, I think. I have to look that up. And I made the liquid, and I have put it in a foliar feed, and I've made this calcium solution, which that worked out, and I put that in a foliar feed along with, do you like our music? Can you hear that? Yep. I put that in a foliar feed, the calcium solution, and we're putting that on the leaves of the plants. We're doing that as a foliar because right now, with the soil being cool, it's harder for the plants to uptake minerals and whatnot in the soil when it's cooler. And so snapdragons are growing. And so I think that my problem with curvy stems is lack of calcium and some other minerals too, probably. So doing a foliar to help get that into the plant because they're struggling, and with the cool soil, they're not getting what they need. Therefore, doing the calcium. Also putting a kelp solution in, which is a fertilizer as well. Now I've forgotten what I said. So calcium, the LAB, the fertilizer, oh, and the molasses. The molasses helps with the Brix numbers, and talked about that in a previous video. Brix numbers, again, I learned in listening to a podcast, the No-Till podcast with Jenny Love. And the Brix numbers, you can find that out if you squeeze some sap out of the leaves of a plant. And anything higher than a 12, then bugs don't want to eat your plants. So the molasses helps with that, but how it really helps with that is it in fact just gets into the soil, and it helps the microbes in the soil to multiply. And when the microbes multiply, then that means that they're multiplying nutrients in the soil, and so the plants can uptake those nutrients better. Also, as a foliar, it helps the other things stick to the leaves of the plants, and then when it dries, there are some micronutrients from the molasses that actually do get into the plant. But it's the plant's photosynthesis that actually produces the sugar in the plants, and it's the sugar that you're measuring with the Brix, and it's the amount of sugar in the leaves that the bug can smell. And if there's a lot of sugar in the leaves, then they don't want to eat it. I'm so excited that my LAB actually worked. I made the rice water, I poured it into the milk, I let it sit, and look, it separated. And now I have the clear liquid at the bottom, which I'm going to save, and the top I'll separate off. That's actually cheese curds. And I'll use the bottom as a foliar spray. Super excited. We are doing a foliar spray soil drench today for the flowers. And it includes the organic kelp, black strap molasses, the LAB that I made, and the calcium solution that I made. So this is what the concoction is, and this is what the concentrate looks like, and that's enough for 3 gallons. Actually, it does have some water added to it. All right, this is how I make the solution. It's super easy. I start with some rainwater in there, only because the molasses is so thick. And then I'm doing 2 tablespoons per gallon, so that's 6 of that. 1 tablespoon per gallon of the calcium solution, so that means just 3. 1, 2, 3 of the calcium solution. And then ounces, I'm using ounces of the kelp and the blackstrap molasses. Again, kelp is an organic fertilizer. You could use a fish solution if you wanted. A lot of people use Neptune's Harvest, which is a fish emulsion kind of thing. It stinks really bad, but it's good too. I decided I wanted to try the kelp. Heard good things about it. And then blackstrap molasses to help my Brix numbers on my plants. It also helps with the adhesion factor with your foliar spray. And then I stir my brew up. This is my concoction. So obviously with this, I'm doing a number of different things. But you can do it all at once, which is helpful because it does take a while to spray all this. And don't I look good? With my hair all up, looking pretty with my sunglasses. Anyway, I am making lots of fun concoctions. So then I just have this ready so that when Bob's done spraying that one, we can go ahead and pour that into the next one and it's all ready to go. So that's what I have here. So with this solution, that's the concentrate, and then we pour it into the sprayer, but we're using, ta-da, the captured rain water because we don't want to use our regular water, house water, because it's got chlorine and whatnot in it and would kill some of these bacteria and whatnot that I've put into the solutions. So luckily we've got the rainwater. If not, I would have had to fill up buckets and then let the water sit. So who wants to do that? There is Bob doing his garden duties. He said he would spray. We've had the discussion as to whether or not we needed a backpack sprayer or a sprayer with a battery or what, but this was the solution for the present and we'll see how this goes. So he's over there with his little pump sprayer, so we'll see how this goes. He started over here with the Lisianthus, and any white that you see, we did put gypsum on, and it rained a lot yesterday, so we put the gypsum, Bob put the gypsum on prior to the rain. The gypsum is also supposed to help with some calcium, also supposed to help the soil aerate some. And so any white that you see, I can't believe that all of it did not get into the soil because it rained a lot. But here are the Lisianthus, and they're doing pretty well. I can see new growth on the Lisianthus, so I'm happy about that. And then over here, we have the anemones. And as you can see, we've got lots of anemones popping up. Those are the short ones, and so we've been cutting those to stimulate more growth, so we'll get the longer anemones. That's what we want for the bouquets. And then here are the Gadaisha that I've planted. I can definitely see growth on those, so I'm happy about that. as you can see right there. And then these snapdragons are the ones that were looking good because these are the smaller ones. These are still looking pretty decent. Running out of solution, have to go make more. So we did put gypsum down in the hoop house as well. We've been watering that in to the ground because this is where the sunflowers are going to go. And we're also going to foliar spray, well, it's going to be a soil drench, obviously, in here so that we can really work that into the soil prior to the sunflowers going in, because this has been kind of neglected over the last couple months since we've pulled the sunflowers out. So hoping to get that done today. And also I'm starting more sunflowers today. I'm going to start some rosemary and thyme today. Hoping to get that done. Got some pretty pansies over here. Here are all my little succulents that I have been propagating. Oh, look at Mr. Lizard down there. Pulled those out after the rain. And then these are autumn sedum. They make great filler. And I have pulled some of those. I cut some of those off. And I'll try not to make you dizzy. I'm trying to propagate some of those right here. So those are the autumn sedum I'm trying to propagate, and then I've got a couple right there from my mums, the mother plants that I'm trying to propagate. I've killed those nasturtiums over there. I can't believe I did, but I did. I have two right there. Still have my eucalyptus growing that I started in the fall. Other than that, that's what we've got going on today. And then Bob is coming in here. He's also going to just soil drench the soil in the hoop house. Has nothing growing on it now, but we're hoping. I have started sunflowers and I'm going to start some more today. And then when those get planted out there, hopefully the soil will be good and the sunflowers will grow well. And that will not be another bad lesson. This is, you know, the year of lessons. So I think that's it. I decided that I would take you out, trying to navigate the wetness here, to see the tulips. We have one group of tulips that's doing terrible. I think maybe they didn't get enough chill hours. So I'll show you that. And I don't know, maybe all of them didn't get enough chill hours, because I'm actually worried that these other ones aren't going to be long enough. So that's why you do a trial patch and you try and figure these things out. So these tulips might not be sellable. They might just be sitting in my house looking pretty. So let me show you that. Okay, first of all, look at these. You see that? I mean, the bulb is right there at the ground. So something's weird about that. Now, if tulips don't get enough chill hours, they will be super short. So kind of thinking maybe this is what happened to these. And then this, see how short these are looking? I mean, you can see where the tulip is, like this one right here. And actually this one that you see is at the stage where it should be picked. So I wonder if I can hold this and pick it all at the same time. Let's do that. I'm gonna I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull it up. Because you pull it up, bulb and all. See, that's really not as long as I would like it. And then you store it like this. We're going to go ahead and put this one in my house. But those, we'll see if they get any longer. But I see so many coming up. I'm just not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure how long they're going to get. How tall they're going to get. And that is not very tall for a bouquet. This, I mean. You're supposed to plant them 6 inches deep, which we did. But we did not order pre-chilled tulips. And we put them in our refrigerator and we tried to keep them at the right temperature. But they really need to be kept right at the right temperature. And these, I think, were the ones that came later. They were held up and came later. So I'm thinking that that's what's wrong with these. Not really sure. But that's why you don't order very many. Ta-da! All right. That's our tulip experiment for today. This is the year for failures and for beautiful hair. It's really humid. I have curly hair and you just got to give it up. So I'm thinking the tulips are going to be a fail. I don't think any of them are going to be long enough for bouquets. So I have to figure that out. I'm thinking I didn't order pre-chilled tulips. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to have to do. So there's that. All right, I'm in the lower garden. And look at this. I have Lizzie-anthus growing. I'll show you. Hold on. I said Lizzie-anthus. I meant larkspur. I have a larkspur starting to bloom right there. And let me just show you this. Oh. All eggs are gone but one. Interesting. I'll have to ask Bob if he did that. But this is where the duck had laid her eggs. And there's all of them are gone but one. And I'm trying to decide if they're smashed. I don't think they're smashed. But there's that one egg right there. There's like 5. But look at this larkspur. It's all about ready to bloom. So we have that. And then there's my one anemone plant over there. It's looking beautiful. That's the one rogue plant that came up by itself. So, again, I'm thinking maybe I should just perennialize my anemones. What do y'all think? There's my tulip bed that I think was a fail. I don't know. You just got to take the good with the bad. These, I think, are going to do okay. These are Godicia. This is my Cerinthe. This is a foliage filler. I think those are going to do okay. Out of all of the giant poppies, I only have 1, maybe 2 that are going to live. I thought maybe that one is, but pretty sure that one's going to die. And these are the leftover. We cut the eucalyptus back and they're supposed to come back. We'll see how that goes. This is called the year of, maybe we should call it year of learning instead of the year of fail. What do y'all think? Maybe, maybe not. Well, this actually did well. This again is my row that I direct seeded and it has been doing well. So have that going for me. Okay, and this is the lower garden. Hold on. Yep, something's going for me. Let's see if you can see them down there. Sweet peas look pretty decent down there. Oh well. See them? I'm telling you what, it's hard, this gardening, flower farming thing. You 1 minute feel like you're doing okay, and the next minute you feel like a failure. Lately, I've been feeling like a failure. Let's be honest. So I'm hoping things will turn around. Again, that's why we're doing the foliar and the soil drench today, hoping to turn things around in the upper garden with the snapdragons. I'm closing this up. I'm gonna go ask Bob if he did anything with the duck eggs. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Yep. Guess I'm gonna have to go throw the ball to the obsessed one. Hold on just a second. Again, I'm gonna start some more seeds today, start some more sunflowers, because I'm hoping for sunflowers for Mother's Day. But who knows if that'll happen, because it seems like these days things are not going as planned. Not gonna have tulips. We have tulips maybe to share with neighbors, little tiny miniature tulips, but not tall tulips. And you can only sell tall tulips. So, lesson. I'm trying to call it a lesson other than a failure. So there's that. And hopefully I'm not killing all of the plants by doing this foliar. So I'll have to update you on that. Hopefully this is a good lesson and not a bad lesson. So we'll let you know about that as Bob is in there foliar soil drenching the hoop house. The snapdragon,